What if our head turns into a sunflower?
No big deal. Even AumSum can turn into a sunflower.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if our head turns into a sunflower, bees will never leave us alone. Secondly, if our head turns into a sunflower, kids may keep on plucking petals from our head. Thirdly, if our head turns into a sunflower, we may not need perfumes anymore. Fourthly, sunflowers always point towards the sun. If our head turns into a sunflower, even we may start pointing towards the sun. Fifthly, sunflowers are pretty delicate. If our head turns into a sunflower, we may turn bald very, very soon. Lastly, if our head turns into a sunflower, even aliens may try to convert their head into a sunflower. What if our head turns into a tomato?
Yippee! AumSum loves tomatoes.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if our head turns into a tomato, there will be no need to order ketchup anymore. Secondly, if our head turns into a tomato, our dress may start getting covered in tomato juice. Thirdly, if our head turns into a tomato, insects may now start swirling around our head. Fourthly, overripe tomatoes smell a lot. If our head turns into a tomato, even our head may start smelling after some time. Fifthly, some people hate tomatoes. If our head turns into a tomato, these people may shift to a different planet. Lastly, if our head turns into a tomato, husbands and wives may not recognize each other anymore. What if our head turns into a lollipop?
Yippee! AumSum loves lollipops.
Oh, AumSum. Firstly, if our head turns into a lollipop, kids will definitely start chasing us. Secondly, some people are not allowed to eat sugar. If our head turns into a lollipop, it will get difficult to stop them now. Thirdly, ants love sugar. If our head turns into a lollipop, we may get completely covered in them. Fourthly, if our head turns into a lollipop, grandparents may not recognize each other anymore. Fifthly, if our head turns into a lollipop, we may start melting in sunlight. Lastly, if our head turns into a lollipop, candy stores may shut down.
Topic: earthquakes. What causes earthquakes?
I, me, and myself.
Yeah, you show off. An earthquake is violent shaking of the Earth's crust. The Earth's crust is a hard outer covering made up of many pieces called tectonic plates. These plates are always moving. However, the motion is very slow. In a year, they move only 2 to 5 centimeters.
My hair grows faster than their movements.
Absolutely. Mostly when these tectonic plates move, they brush against each other without causing great damage. However, sometimes they get stuck and cannot easily slide against each other. But the plates still keep pushing, thus creating pressure. Eventually, the pressure builds up so much that one of the plates suddenly moves above the other, or they may crash into each other, causing the crust to shake violently, thus creating an earthquake. Topic: paper cuts. Why do paper cuts hurt so much?
It is because paper hates us.
No. We use our fingers and hands to sense our surroundings. Hence, they have more number of nociceptors than any other parts of our body. Nociceptors are pain receptors that respond to change in pressure, temperature, etc. Now, the edges of the paper are not smooth but are rough or jagged.
Oh, they're like a saw.
Absolutely. Hence, sometimes when we rub our hands or especially fingertips against the edges, it cuts them like a saw, activating the nociceptors. Now, as there are more nociceptors on our hands, we feel more pain. In addition to this, the paper cut might also have fragments of paper containing chemicals which may irritate the skin and thus increase the pain. Why does Saturn have rings?
Because it has got engaged.
No. Scientists don't exactly know why Saturn has rings, but they think that it is related to Roche limit.
What is Roche limit?
Roche limit is the distance from the planet at which objects in orbit around the planet tend to be ripped apart by the planet's gravitational pull. Now, based on the Roche limit, one of the prevailing theories is that Saturn's rings are remnants of celestial bodies like a moon or a comet. Billions of years ago, a celestial body may have got too close to Saturn, exceeding the Roche limit. Hence, its side facing the Saturn was pulled more strongly as compared to the side facing away. So, this inconsistent gravitational pull may have ripped apart the celestial body into pieces. Finally, these pieces may have started revolving around Saturn, forming its beautiful rings. Why do people go bald?
How would I know?
Alright, I'll explain. Our hair grows from hair follicles. We have about 100,000 hairs on our head. Every day, we usually lose about 100 hairs. If new hairs don't start growing from those places, then we are probably balding. Medical term for baldness is alopecia.
Oh, its spelling is so complicated.
One of the main reasons for balding is hormones. We have a hormone called testosterone. In our body, testosterone is converted into dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. Now, some people's hair follicles are highly sensitive to dihydrotestosterone. Hence, their hair follicles begin to shrink and their hairs get thinner and thinner. Why do we breathe through one nostril?
No idea.
Our nostrils have specialized tissues. At a given time, these tissues are swollen in one nostril while they are shrunk in the other. Hence, when we breathe, air passes easily through the nostril in which the tissues are shrunk. However, due to the swelling, very less amount of air slowly passes through the other nostril. Thus, it seems as if we are breathing through one nostril only. However, after some time, the swelling and shrinking in the nostrils reverses. This breathing pattern is called nasal cycle. Nasal cycle is beneficial for us.
But how?
Some odors are detected better in fast-moving air, while others in slow-moving air. Thus, with fast-moving air in one nostril and slow-moving air in the other, our nose can detect a greater range of smells. Besides this, our nostrils are moist. Continuous breathing can make them dry. Hence, when we breathe through one nostril, the other nostril gets time to become moist again.